good aloe, or a good one. There's probably about 4 or 5 companies out there that make a good aloe. Find a good one. I'm sure that they can help you find that here. Obviously, you guys which aloe do you guys carry? George's? Do you carry Aloe Life?
Carry Aloe Life.
Great.
We do carry.
Wonderful. Really, the desert's good. Those are good. So just find an Aloe Life. They're behind David. So find a good aloe supplement to get those. So you have to do that too. So 1, fix the leaky roof, which is get rid of whatever the underlying problem is. 2, get your T1s and T2s back in balance. 3, get your body recognizing itself as itself. And then 4, increase your liver function. Your liver needs to be functioning at its very best. If you drink alcohol, you know, cut it out for a while. Let your liver have a rest on trying to process that while it's trying to do other things. You know, occasionally a glass of wine is not a bad thing. But if you have an autoimmune disease, you're not helping the situation out by keeping your liver busy over here. You need to boost your glutathione. Glutathione basically keeps the liver functioning the way it should function. An easy way, taking glutathione really doesn't do anything. You can't just take glutathione. There's some nutritional blends that will boost glutathione, but they say glutathione booster, that would be a good idea. But an easy way to boost glutathione is to make a shake, or however else you want to put it in there, undenatured whey protein. It has to have the word undenatured. For some reason, undenatured whey protein boosts glutathione levels in the liver, gets your liver functioning properly again so that it can clean out those enzymes, clean out those T2s, and get everything working properly. And you need to get some sleep. You've got to have that stage 4 sleep for your liver to function correctly. If you need a supplement like a melatonin supplement, if you need some meditation therapy, if you need some relaxation techniques, if you need to take a class on how to do that, whatever you need to do to get your body into stage 4 sleep, you've got to do that. That's the only time your liver is going to be able to put everything back together. All right, so those are the things you need to do to solve the leaky roof. And basically the T1s and the T2s and the long-chain carbohydrate in the liver, I consider all of that to be part of the roof. Down here on the carpet, that rug, the moldy rug, it depends on what your issue is. If your autoimmune disease has manifested as rheumatoid arthritis, then you need to fix the synovial membrane and the synovial fluid throughout your body. And you can do that. To me, the easiest way to do that is to take a high-level quality Settlemere stoliate supplement at a high level for 2 to 3 months. You can't just do it for 3 or 4 weeks and go, I didn't know. It's going to take a while to repair that synovial membrane and that synovial fluid. And there's some specific protocols for taking Settlemere stoliate that you can either find online, or a healthcare practitioner who knows about that can help you with that. So if that's your issue, it depends on what your issue is. If your issue is Crohn's disease, you need to get your GI tract working again. You need to change things within your diet. You need to take some supplements. Just whatever your underlying manifestation of the autoimmune disease is, you need to figure out a way to solve that. If it's multiple sclerosis, you need to work on repairing the myelin sheath. There's ways to do that. There's a lot of data out there that you can get online and from a good practitioner as to how to repair the myelin sheath, like growth hormone helps to repair the myelin sheath. You have Crohn's disease. There's a great line of products from Garden of Life, the founder of Garden of Life. That's his area of expertise, so you can use kind of a blend of what he's got out there. Eliminate dairy, kill bacteria, do things like that. So those are basically, that's the rub. You've got to solve your symptoms. You can't just fix the root. If autoimmune disease for you has resulted in whatever the issue is, you need to go and resolve that. Overall, just notes. Yes, ma'am.
Do you fix the roof and clean the rug at the same time?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Because if you clean the rug and then it rains, you need to do both at the same time. Just some general things that you need to do. You need to drink more water than normal because you need to clean. So what I always teach people is that whatever your body weight is, you need to drink half of that in ounces a day. That would be your norm. It would be normal for you. If you have an underlying issue like this, you need to drink more than that. So that would just be, that's Susan's personal opinion. Healthy food intake. I mean, you could probably teach that to most people. This group doesn't need to know too much about how to have healthy food intake. Just get rid of the junk. If it comes through the window, of your car, it's not healthy. If you stop somewhere and food comes through the window of your car, I can pretty much guarantee you it shouldn't be on your diet.
I did get a dove one time that came in.
Well, that doesn't count. Then you would have to cook it and process it and do all that. All right. If this were like a regular grocery store, you would want to stay on the outer edges of the grocery store. Middle of the grocery store is where they put all the MSG. People with autoimmune disease should not take melatonin. I've actually said that back when I was talking about sleep. Just erase that. You've got to figure out another way to get sleep. I don't really know why people with diseases shouldn't take melatonin, but it's been in everything I've looked up and read on autoimmune diseases. So no melatonin for people with autoimmune diseases. People with autoimmune diseases should not take echinacea, ever. It just, it does the exact opposite with the T1s and T2s. I don't have an autoimmune disease, so I can take echinacea. But if you have rheumatoid arthritis or Crohn's disease or MS or lupus or pulmonary fibrosis, you shouldn't have echinacea. It just does the exact opposite and kind of messes your system up. Soy depletes thyroid function, and thyroid function is necessary for your thymus to be acted, so I'm just not a big soy fan. I know I'm going to get vegetarians who yell at me about that. That's where they get their protein source. That's fine, but you've got to get it out of all the other parts of what you eat. It's in so many things. You've got to figure out a way to get rid of that because soy depletes thyroid function. Yes, sir.
Does that include fermented soy?
No, it says right here, unless it's fermented. So miso is fine. Fermented soy is fine. You just can't have non-fermented soy. Well, you can, but just know that it's going to deplete your thyroid. Omega-3s repair so many bodily functions that if you were to come and see me with your autoimmune disease, I would highly recommend that someone take on a regular basis a good omega-3 supplement. It's just too hard to get from your fish, and there's so many scary things about fish these days. So, and I would, there's a lot of data that shows that most people with an autoimmune disorder have way too much omega-6. So, you know, working in a nutritional store, and we have some products that are omega-3, 6, 9, I really have a hard time with that because we don't need the 6. We all get too much 6. I used to use a little spray, butter-flavored spray. Well, canola oil is omega-6. It's not a good thing. Just melt some butter to cook that egg in. There's nothing wrong with butter, but you need to stay away from omega-6s. It's not good for our autoimmune diseases. And I already talked about chemicals, so that's really all I have. I'm done. Yes. I'm all done.
I could understand where barbecuing or smoking causes carcinogens. Where does the microwave come in? Is it the way it breaks down the food, or?
Okay, I actually went online today and spent some time here. A friend of mine told me I shouldn't freeze. I don't freeze them anymore, but not to freeze like water bottles. I'm like, you know, that sounds like one of those urban legends to me, and I'm a skeptic. I go on Snopes and read everything that there is. So I won't talk about the freezing the plastic thing, but I will talk about the heating of the plastic thing because I've seen good data on that. I still haven't seen good data on the freezing of the plastic thing. I understand the point behind it, the logic, but when you heat plastic, and I'll use this bottle as an example. This bottle was probably in the back of a truck at 108 degrees, and so xenoestrogens, and there's good data about this, that this plastic releases some chemicals into this water that mess with your endocrine function. So just the simple fact of heating plastic messes with your endocrine function. And that's your whole endocrine system, your thyroid, your thymus, the whole entire endocrine system has to be working well if you have an autoimmune disease. So heated plastic is a bad idea just because of what it does with your endocrine system. You know, and I don't really, because I as a natural health practitioner, I agree that there's carcinogens released too, but you'd be hard pressed to get some really good data. Remember, I used to be in the pharmaceutical industry, so everything's based on really good data. There's great data about the endocrine problems with heated plastic. There's not great data. There's good data about the carcinogens of heated plastic, and there's limited data about what happens when you freeze plastic. There's some data, but there's not great. So there's just but back to the microwave thing. So microwaving plastic is going to screw around with your endocrine system, but also microwaving food depletes the nutrients in the food. So if you need your immune system work the best that it can possibly work, you need